Oh, hey, welcome back. I didn't expect to see you so soon. Hopefully this is not your first video and you just watched the last video, which was 2nd John. So now we're going to be getting into 3rd John. And I just want to do a quick shout out to the BibleRef.com. I assume Bible Ref means Bible reference. If not, then correct me below in the comments. So the book of John is also called a general letter, and it's one of the Apostle John's 5 books, and it's going to be the 25th book of the New Testament. So, one of Apostle John's 5 books and the 25th book of the New Testament. I've repeated that twice right there because it helps people remember things. It helps people remember things. Not that you needed to remember that, but I just felt like saying it twice. I crack myself up sometimes, so bear with me. If you don't think I'm funny, click next. But oh my gosh, my wife is going to kill me. But like I said, I'm shooting from the hip. I'm trying to get through these as many as I can without having to stop, click, edit, redo it. If I totally mess up, then I'm going to redo it. But if I only kind of mess up, I'm just going to keep going because I'm not going to get better if I stop and I analyze and I'm like, oh no, I should have done this one. I should have done that. I'm just going to roll with it. That's how I roll. Uh, like I said, so the author is obviously John. I shouldn't say obvious because just because it's named John doesn't mean that it was written by John. You would assume that, but don't assume. So the Apostle John is the traditional author of this book, and although, like in the last one, it doesn't specifically identify its author, but it did call him the elder, so they are assuming or making an educated guess that it is the Apostle John. So the audience that this book was written to was let's see, sorry, I got sidetracked. It was one of his 5 books written by the Apostle John. He also wrote the Gospel of John 1 and 2 and Revelations. So this is the last of the 3 letters in the New Testament, and it was written to a man called Gaius. Now, if you watch The Chosen, now forgive me if you don't watch it. I watch it because I'm entertained by it, and from my knowledge and understanding, they do their best to be like exactly off the book. Now, some people don't like it because they have to kind of make guesses and leaps, but that's a whole nother thing. I'm not going to get into that. But Gaius is one of the main characters in the show The Chosen, and he was an unknown believer who was an early church leader. So there are several themes that are included in this brief letter. John encourages Gaius in his hospitality towards teachers traveling to share the gospel. That's kind of what I am. I'm trying to be a teacher and I'm traveling to share the gospel. If you are just now tuning in, I'm a semi-truck driver. I'm in North Dakota trying to provide for my family and make that money so I can build my house. Currently, we're living in a cabin, 200 square feet. It's not that bad. We're actually enjoying it, so don't feel sorry for us. But I am basically trying to be like Gaius, who is also trying to be like Jesus, traveling teacher. So in addition, Gaius speaks against Diotrephes. He's a prideful leader of one of the churches in Asia Minor, which is the modern day Turkey. And third, John speaks positively of Demetrius and his good testimony. Good testimony. Good testimony. So it's the date that this book was written was pretty much they're guessing between AD 80 and 90, the same time as the other 2 Gospels of John. And so here's the quick overview, or actually, I'm just going to get into it. It says it's a brief letter of 15 verses divided into just 14 in some translations. And this is the second shortest book in the New Testament after 2nd John. And the other books in the New Testament that we're reading that are short, because this is the Bible snowball effect. So we're reading the smallest books to the largest. And those other books are Philemon, Obadiah, 2nd John. And I believe we're going to be reading Jude, but don't quote me. So 3rd John begins with a 1-verse introduction to Gaius the elder. And he traditionally believed to be the Apostle John. Apostle John. I know I probably stumbled and mumbled that. And this elder, John, states that he loves Gaius in truth, which is a key theme in this letter. So let me switch over to the Apostle John's third book, John 3, which this one has 13 verses. And here we go. Greeting. The elder to the beloved Gaius, whom I love in truth. Beloved, I pray that all may go well with you, and that you may be in good health, and it goes well with your soul. For I rejoiced greatly when the brothers came and testified to your truth, as indeed you are walking in the truth. I have no greater joy than to hear that my children are walking in the truth. Support and opposition. Beloved, it is a faithful thing that you do in all your efforts for these brothers and strangers as they are, who testified to your love before the church. You will do well to send them on their journey in a manner worthy of God. You will do well to send them on a journey in a manner worthy of God. For they have gone out for the sake of the name, accepting nothing from the Gentiles. Therefore, we ought to support people like these, that we may be fellow workers for the truth. I have written something to the church, but Diotrephes, who likes to put himself first, does not acknowledge our authority. So if I come, I will bring up what he is doing, talking wicked nonsense against us. And not content with that, he refuses to welcome the brothers, and also stops those who want to, and puts them out of the church. Let me read that again. He refuses to welcome the brothers, and also stops those who want to, and puts those out of the church. Beloved, do not imitate evil, but imitate good. Beloved, do not imitate evil, but imitate good. Whoever does good is from God. Whoever does evil has not seen God. Demetrius has received a good testimony from everyone, and from the truth itself, we also added our testimony, and you know that our testimony is true. Final greetings. I had much to write to you, but I would rather not write with the pen and ink. I hope to see you soon, and we will talk face to face. Peace be with you. The friends greet you. Greet the friends, each by name. Wow. I'm like so excited that I'm actually doing this. I know that my pastor, Gene Jacobs, would be really excited for me, and I'm just thankful. I'm thankful and I'm grateful because Jesus Christ, he changed my life. I mean, I made the step to believe, and it's hard to believe when you don't believe. I mean, it's like, it's hard to believe when you don't believe, but I grew up in the church. I was read everything that we all read, and I still did not believe because obviously I had to walk the path that I was destined to walk, but I chose to take the wicked way, not because I knew any better, because I was stupid, I was foolish. When I was a young man, I was saved at about the age of 12, and I tried to go into the world and share the gospel, but like the first couple of people I tried sharing with, they mocked me and they made fun of me, and I get it. I totally get it, because I would have probably done the same thing. So when they mocked me and made fun of me, I shut down and I didn't share the gospel because I was like, screw that. I was like, I've already been getting beat and jumped and my butt kicked every single day of my life. Now I'm finally starting to make friends, and now I want to share the gospel with them, because you're supposed to share the gospel with even your enemies. So I tried to share it with my friends, and they just made fun of me and kicked me and hurt me, and they didn't really kick me, but they, obviously we're just kids and they didn't know any better. I didn't know any better. But it took me almost 20 years to find my faith and get back to believing in Jesus Christ. And had I not had my vision from God, I don't think I would have been able to 100% believe, because it's far-fetched. It's unbelievable. Some people they need like an extra supernatural occurrence to happen to them in order to 100% believe. And I regret not seeking him with my full entire heart before, because I could have been doing so much more, and I could have done a better job. Granted, I can't cry about spilled milk, and I'm grateful and thankful for today and every day moving forward. So I know I started a ramble right there, but if this helps you or anybody you may know Like, click, share, subscribe. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns in the comment section below. Hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, whatever you want to hit me up with. My number is available. If you can't find my number online, then you should probably take a class on how to Google search things, because I'm out there. I mean, I'm not trying to hide. I want to let my light shine for Jesus, and I want to reach the world for Jesus, one person at a time. That's the motto of our church. So I kind of stole it from him. I didn't come up with that. But you're watching the Bible Snowball with Billy Joe Brewer. This is, I think, the 4th book in the 1-chapter series. I'm just getting the hang of this, so bear with me. This is fun. It's exciting. Not really. I'm trying to make it fun and exciting. But come back if you want to get into the last book of the 1-chapter books of the Bible. So we're going to go over, the next one we're going to be going over is Jude. So each of the 1-chapter books are Obadiah, Philemon, 2nd John, 3rd John, and Jude. So stay tuned for Jude. Thank you. Goodbye. Goodbye.